What is going on, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be changing the oil in the Supra. Let's get it. Alright guys, so I went to AutoZone. I went and bought myself an 1.25" by 3/8 inch drive. This is for the oil filter on top. The guy actually looked it up, and this was actually recommended for the Supra. I'm surprised they have parts for it, but I mean, shit, it's a BMW. But anyways, got this long extension, that way it can get into that tight spot. 17mm socket on the bottom to drain the oil. I went with the Valvoline European full synthetic, and I mean, this one's recommended by Valvoline. I know some people have been going with thicker oils, but I take my car often to the dealership for like services, brake fluid and whatnot. So I'm keeping it in the spec. I don't want to go any with thicker oil. I have a 2021 model, and I actually took it in to get the oil consumption issues. That's why I was like, man, should I just go with a thicker oil? But we did that test. It's like within 1,200 miles anyways. Long story short, it didn't drop at all. So I just told them, can I just take off those, they put tamper stickers on, I'll show you right now. Put these tamper stickers on on the oil filter and the oil cap on top. It's basically so you don't drain any oil, do an oil change in between. I talked to the service guys and the service advisor, and he was like, honestly, if it hasn't dropped, it has to drop a quart within 1,200 miles. This isn't the case on my car. I rarely drive it, so I don't really notice it as often. Or it's not gonna bug me because I don't drive the car as often in order for it to do it. When I noticed it dropped, like 4,000, dropped to almost a quart. I would say 75% of a quart was in like 3-4K miles. It's still kind of worry, but it's not gonna fail that 1,200 mile test that they do. I asked them, hey, do you guys do any special tests on it? Do you guys take the oil in and get checked out, see if there's anything going on? They say no. All we check is the oil level, and if it hasn't dropped, then we tell you, it's normal for these cars, just in that. Yeah, I get it. It's like, whatever. I mean, if it's not gonna be, if I'm gonna bring it in, just pay another 80-90 bucks for you guys just to check the oil levels. I'm just gonna do the oil change myself. It's about 30-40 minutes away from where I live, so I'd rather do all these maintenance, the easy maintenance at home. That way I don't gotta wait 3-4 hours and drive again and drive back, get a ride, this and that. So that is why I'm doing my oil. And yeah, I guess, I mean, it passed. It hasn't dropped at all, so I'm not worried about it. Guess we'll see in the near future, maybe if I drive it more. We got the engine cover off. Look at all that nightmare of electrical wires. You don't want this to break. Just kidding. They put tape and whatnot on it. It's just a tamper-proof. That way nobody touches it, but I'm touching it. I talked to them, like I said. They said remove it if it hasn't dropped. I don't know if it's official seal, Toyota, Lexus, Scion. Basically just to tamper-proof it. But we're not dropping oil. So now I gotta go underneath the car, get this in there, and counterclockwise. All those rocks, nice rocks coming in. Put a seal here as well. 17mm socket. Let me get this crack like that. Should be loose. They say to be careful when you're putting it back on, when you put the new washer in, because there's a, yeah, they say to make sure that crush washer is off. There you go. I'm gonna let that drain. Alrighty, so Get this oil cap open. Put the towel just down there, so I can at least catch a little bit of the oil, I guess. Get right underneath there and pop it off. Got the new one in. New oil filter. Alright guys, so I went ahead and torqued down the oil filter. It's 25 Newton meters or 18.5 foot-pounds of torque. Same thing for the top, the oil filter, and the drain plug on the bottom. Alright, so it's time for the oil. Got the oil filter in, drain plug, both torqued down to 18.5 foot-pounds or 25 Newton meters. So I'm going to go ahead and do the OW20 full synthetic European mix from Valvoline. Get this car down. Alright guys, to remove the engine oil service, you want to click the start stop button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to go into a diagnostic mode. Service, just let it do its thing, and then you'll see it's activated, diagnostic mode activated. So what you want to do is hold this button here. And then you'll see what you can reset. To reset the engine oil, obviously you want to hold it. Press and hold. Reset. Press and hold again. Reset in progress. And there you go. Reset successful. It says 8,000 miles. I changed the oil every 4,000 miles. Well, there you have it guys. That is how you do an oil change with me. And MST intake install is going to be in on the next video. Same day, just separately recorded. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Deuces.